Hello, and welcome to Lee Anderson Yoga. I'm Lee, and I'm super excited that you're here to join us for this beautiful practice that I recorded this morning during our Zoom online yoga class. It was entirely a hands-free, wrist-free class, so there was no weight bearing on the hands at all, other than a few perhaps light touches and lifts up. So it was glorious. I really hope you enjoy it. You feel alive and strong and beautiful and wonderful. Welcome to Wednesday. Intention of the practice today is to have a wrist-free, hands-free practice. Here she is. Come on. Oh, lovely surprise. Claire's in as well. Beautiful. Welcome, ladies. We're just getting settled into our seat now. Roll the shoulders. A little bit of a wriggle through the lower back, just gentle as those shoulder blades and that mid-vertebrae start to move. Oh, lovely. And then just a little minute here of some quiet, full breaths. Just encouraging in any extra air to sweep up little bits of trapped pockets of air that's gotten a little bit stale overnight. So you can breathe in through your nose, feel your chest lift, but also encourage it to move outwards and perhaps that little bit of openness, roundness behind you. When you exhale, draw the belly into the spine. So really squeeze the belly, start to sort of contract through the lower ribs and just let all the air flow out through the mouth. So just in your own rhythm and your own timing, full, deep, stretchy breaths in and relieving breaths out. And notice which areas of the body will softly ease on that exhale. And as best you can, allow them to remain relaxed and gentle as you take the next inhale. So about one more here. Slow it down a little bit if you can. Fabulous. Now breathing in, letting the chest open forwards, letting the face look up. And as you exhale, again blow the air out and let the spine roll forward so that the chin tucks down towards the chest and you feel a stretch through the neck and across the tops of the shoulders. Beautiful. 2 more of these, just breathing in and lifting on up. Exhale, rolling forwards and down. So if you're still breathing with a little bit of sound, that is fabulous. Try not to stop that, just let it be, whatever it is. Breathing in and lifting up. We're going to circle from the right forwards and around to the left. So exhale. With that little bit of extra twist and movement, you might be able to squeeze a little bit more air out of that lower belly area. And then as the muscles start to loosen, you might feel yourself sitting a little taller. So you might be able to take in a little bit more air too. One more time around. Beautiful. In the middle here, we're going to lift the knees, let the feet rest nice and wide. Hands are just to support you here by your sides. We're just going to roll the knees from side to side here. Getting caught on our clothes. And return the legs to cross-legged with the other leg in front. And I never know which one that is. It just always feels so natural to have that same leg. Arms ever so lightly, they're just falling out of the shoulders as you breathe in, open through the throat, shoulders pull back. Exhale, squeeze the belly. Roll up and in. Then you might start to feel your body warming as we're circulating that breath and those energies from right down deep in the belly. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, rolling around over the knees. Left knee, center, right knee. Beautiful. Inhale and lift on up. 2 more times. Wonderful. Arms resting either side as we lift the knees, feet are wide, and just gently rolling them from side to side again. So notice how mobile the hips are. Try to keep the hips steady so the thigh bones do a little bit more turning in the pelvis. And then if you wish, you can add a little bit more movement from the lower back, the pelvis, and feel that stretch into the side of the hips. Excellent. Gently transitioning onto our back for a brief moment. Knees are bent. Feet are resting on the floor, arms are down by your sides. Wriggle so that you feel the spine, allow that extra space that you have now created already in your body as your shoulder blades flatten and broaden. So a few gentle bridge poses. So we're not trying to go for gold medals here, just letting the feet sink heavy, breathing again, guiding the breath right down to the lower belly, squeezing the glutes as you exhale, pushing the feet into the floor and lifting on up. Beautiful. Inhale on the roll down, hips back towards the heels. Exhale on the lift up. So lifting up, our energy still wants to be uplifting towards the knees rather than plummeting down through the neck and the head. So please be mindful of that. And as you roll down, really try to take your time so that you notice one vertebrae at a time, especially in that area of the lower back where the curve naturally lifts off the floor. Just see if you can take a little bit of an extra moment and see if you can just feel a light touch down through that lower back. Beautiful. So one more here with the exhale. Oh, inhale, spine super long, feel the back of the hips rest. Lovely, both knees in towards the chest, heels towards the sky. Beautiful, just stretching both of the legs, not doing really anything in particular. Just becoming aware of the tailbone in between the back of the hips and wanting it to sort of sink down towards the floor. Close your eyes if you wish. Just feel the legs stretch all of their own, just the heels lifting on up. Beautiful. Bend both knees into the chest. Take a breath in. Let the hands rest on the kneecaps. As you exhale, use the arms to draw the knees into the chest and blow any other air out. We are going to be squeaky clean in a moment. Absolutely fine to make breathing sounds. Thighs squeeze the belly, chest right up, all the air out. One more of these. Excellent. Let's keep the right knee hugged in as the left foot finds the floor. Give that left hip flexor time to relax. And then if you wish, you can stretch the leg all the way out long. Lovely. So our knee's going to cross over towards the left side. You can swap hands if you like, so that the left knee guides the left hand guides the leg over. Beautiful. You can let that leg fall or you can keep it up in space. Beautiful. Breathing in, trying to let that belly expand and lift up towards the sky as the right shoulder just opens, peels back. Nice. Nothing really with the neck or the head. The floor is just supporting it and letting it be wherever it is. Beautiful. Returning back to center. Lift that left leg, hug both knees in a gentle rock from side to side. Release the right foot to the floor with the knee bent for a moment. Relax into the front of that hip flexor. Excellent. If you wish, you can stretch the leg out long, but you don't have to. And the right hand holds the left knee, carrying it over to the other side. So just allow your attention to wander up and down your vertebrae and notice if it's starting to feel a little bit more luscious. A little bit more mobile, and if it's not, that's okay. Just keep moving gently and kindly with yourself. It will happen, maybe not today even, maybe another day. Lovely. Coming back to center. Bringing the right knee in and gently rocking back to forwards, sideways. Excellent. Releasing the left foot down to the floor, keeping the knee bent. Beautiful. Let that foot spread out nice and long. And now relax the hamstring on that bent knee. So what are we on our left leg? Imagine the hamstrings just relaxed and falling away from the bone as the right heel extends back up towards the ceiling. Arms can hold the leg if you feel like you need to. Absolutely fine to have the arms spread either side of the body. Or if you wish, you can reach towards the calf, the back of the ankle, and start to exaggerate that stretch in the back of the right leg. Use the breath to flow right down to the pelvis to keep guiding that lower back, that sacrum, down towards the earth. So this can be a big stretch here if you wish to enjoy that. If you don't enjoy it, take it easy. Beautiful. Softly bend this right leg, letting the ankle rest and the knee fall out to the side. Letting it fall. Beautiful. Left knee comes up and in for our figure 4 stretch or reclined pigeon. Just notice where areas may have scrunched up or just fallen into a habitual area of tension or tightness. Offer them the breath to soften, ease, and relax. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Slowly lower that left foot down. Return the right foot. Soles of the feet together. Knees fall out wide in butterfly pose. Just let the toes line up, so the little toe pads of the big toe and the second toe, they just lightly touch each other. You might feel your glutes sort of contract as if they're trying to draw the knees open. That's natural for this posture position, but soften in right at the very front of the groins. Maybe somewhere where the body meets the leg, those spaces in there. Beautiful. Returning the knees back close together. Right foot rests on the floor as the left knee lifts up and that heel lifts towards the sky. So stretching through the back of the left leg. Notice what's happening with your shoulders. We've been moving our arms around a little bit, so you might have accidentally started to pick your shoulders up. Let your shoulder blades just fall back here, really softening into those bottom corners of the neck. If you wish to reach up and exaggerate this stretch through the back of the left leg, And just keep the base of the foot flat and open like you would the palm of your hand, and the heel is energetically lifting and rising as the hip just falls away. Gently bending that knee, well done. Pivoting, letting the leg rest and fall out to the side. On an exhale, the right knee lifts up towards the chest. Again, you can hold on if you wish. But it's that left leg relaxing to the outside that's stretching that long skinny muscle from the kneecap, the outside of the thigh down into the outside of the hip, under the glute to the lower back. So don't stretch it too forcibly because it'll just snap back. Just encourage it to relax and loosen and ease. Fabulous. Release the right foot down. Both feet land on the mat. Walk the feet wide now until your little toes sort of sense the outside of the mat, and just let the knees fall in for a moment. And relax again through the hamstrings, the back of the legs and the arms. Just 2 breath cycles here, just being easy and chilled out and groovy. Excellent. So we're going to roll ourselves on up. Bring the knees in towards the chest, roll over and rest on one side for a moment. That top arm comes over and the hand presses into the floor. To help you wake up as if it's a whole brand sunshiny day. It is grey and rainy here in Melbourne and in Wollongong too. Goodness me. Alrighty, so a gentle child's pose stretch. So you can have your feet wide, your knees wide if you wish. hips sitting back over the heels, however you wish to hold your feet. Have a look at your hands as you just lightly place them out in front of you. Then close your eyes and soften across the tops of your shoulders, yeah? Just let the shoulders rest out to the side as the belly falls over the thighs. Next breath in, press the fingers into the mat and stretch the mat out in front of you. Feel that beautiful space you're just creating down the sides of the waist, sides of the body. Keep breathing and feel a little bit more stretching sideways through the torso, through the chest. Maybe even between the back of the hip bones. Amazing. Lovely. Gently rolling up here. Let's bring our right leg out in front of us. So the foot's down and the knees bent, and we're in a low lunge as we roll all the way on up. Arms reach out to the side. Beautiful. Elbows bend. Hands catch the back of the head. So you can interlace the fingers and let the head rest into your hands. Just gently breathing up as if our face is the center of a sunflower and we have two petals, our elbows out to the side. Ground down through the right foot, tuck the tailbone under, start to feel that left hip opening up. Beautiful. Just breathing and trying to lift, maybe a gentle back bend. Lovely. Release the hands, frame the front foot, straighten that leg, and we're sending the hips backwards this time. So you can reposition that front leg if you wish, excuse me, for a bit of a half splits or a kneeling hamstring stretch. Notice if you're swaying to one side, and as best you can, line the tailbone up equally in between the left and the right. Hip, leg, legs. Fabulous. Gently rolling up. We're just going to swap the legs over. So kindly lift that right leg back and bring the left one forwards. You can see the foot, but come right back to the hips. Square those hips as you roll all the way on up. Reach the arms out to the side. Hands catch the back of the head. Look up and smile. And don't worry too much about the wobbling. It's nothing to be critical about or judgmental about. Just go with the flow. You might find yourself able to find stillness, or you might still have a lot of energy bouncing in and around you from that amazing, wonderful sleep last night. As you breathe in, open the chest, feel that stretch right through the biceps as the elbows stretch further away. Exhale, keep the body lifted up nice and lightly as the legs, the feet ground in. Beautiful. Release the hands, framing the front foot, sending that left hip back. In particular, the left hip. Readjust the position of the leg if you need to. I like to sit on the heel and have my toes up, but if you want to point through the toes, you can. You'll feel a stretch through the front of the ankle and the shin. I'm trying to sort of tuck my hip bone further back behind me. Beautiful. Gently returning that leg, tucking the toes under and feeling a lovely stretch through the bottom of the feet. Shoulders roll backwards. Now, if this is too much, you can flatten the top of your feet, but if that's okay under your toes and the back of your heels, just feel that extra stretch. Thank you to your body weight. Reach the arms all the way on up. They can be by your ears. Fingers interlace this time. Turn the palms up to the sky. So you can remain sitting here on the feet, but if that's getting a bit too heavy for the feet, you can just lift the hips up and just be here gentle, just in kneeling. Beautiful. Slowly release the arms all the way back down. Relax the top of the shoulders. We're going to breathe in and lift the arms up again and do the exact same stretch with the fingers interlaced the other way. They are the hardest stretches to achieve. Beautiful. Again, if it's getting too heavy on the feet, just lift the hips on up. Imagine those elbows lifting away from the shoulders and then the wrists lifting away from the elbows. Skin on your face is soft and smooth and shiny. Wonderful. Slowly release the hands down. Shoulder roll, coming to standing. Rock back on the feet. Lift yourself on up and you can march up and down, wriggle through the feet, whatever takes your fancy. Beautiful. Feet under the hips, or maybe even just a little bit wider for some standing side bends or crescent moon pose. I saw a beautiful magical moon in the sky last night. Beautiful. Breathing in, reaching all the way on up. Let's keep the hands apart and just lifting the hands straight up towards the ceiling, sky. Shoulder blades relax outwards, soften the side of the neck. Beautiful. Just reach all the way on up here. Lovely. Now our right arm lowers down by our sides and we tip a little bit, and maybe the head comes over next to, it's above but next to the body. If you wish, on an exhale you can turn down and look towards the right arm, and on an inhale you can turn and look up. Do so ever so gently on the sides of your neck. Make sure that left arm is right up to the sky, not sort of plunging forwards. And you can just take your time noticing how moving the neck stretches other areas of the body, or maybe that's the breath that flows through and opens you up into the left side. Beautiful. Exhale, looking down. Look back towards the front as you raise the right arm up. Hands come back into heart center. Beautiful. So we're just going to bend the knees a little bit here, not doing anything particularly fancy, but just going to rotate through the spine around towards the right, and then back around towards the left. So the legs can move however you wish. Yep, just ease up through the sides of the body. Because some of us that have done this a couple of times already this week, now those stretches will be starting to get pretty full on. Beautiful. Breathe in, reach both arms up. Oh, release the left arm down, tipping over. If I got the lefts and rights mucked up, I'm sorry. Sometimes I sort of take it for granted and then think I've got it right and I haven't. Okay, exhale, looking down towards the floor. Inhale, looking up. Are your eyes open or closed? Doesn't matter. What can you see within as your face turns towards the earth? Breathe in, open, stretch a little higher. Keep equally sort of grounded through the feet. And just notice the muscles down the side of the neck, towards the back, the upper back, how they work together and how they're all happy and relaxed and chilling out. Beautiful. Facing down, smiling, and that left arm's going to rise all the way back on up. Beautiful. Palms come back down to the heart center, bend the knees, and just a gentle twist around side to side. Just to loosen up in that space under the rib cage there, especially at the front of the body, so let's not forget about the back of the body. Arms reach up, open again. Walk the feet a little bit wider, toes are pointed out, bend the knees and sit down in a wide squat with our arms still extended and reaching tall. So start to feel a bit of heat in the legs. If you're fidgeting through the feet, that's okay. But then ground them down, especially through the outside lines of the legs. Breathe in, heart expands. Exhale, send the knees a little further over the toes. You can do this, ladies. One more strong breath here. Beautiful. Thinking about the feet, pushing the feet down through as you straighten the legs. And lift on up. Beautiful. Hands, heart, center. Just gentle, bend the knees, easy, round from side to side. Excuse me. Fabulous. So with the feet wider here, let's turn the right toes all the way out so that they're facing the short edge of the mat, and start to angle the back legs here. Hands, heart, center. Beautiful. Start to square the body so that we're facing sort of the direction of the right foot. So this is an intense side stretch here, not our triangle. Lovely. Let's start to reach the arms up and forwards, and then gently take it all the way out in front of us. Beautiful. Send that tailbone behind you as your fingers extend and reach out a little bit further. Ground down equally through both feet, just trying to keep the upper body nice and aligned and long. Beautiful. So another 3 breath cycles here. If you wish to release the arm and let the upper body lay over the front of that leg, you can. But as every time the body lowers more, try to send that right hip a little higher and just soften across the tops of the shoulder blades. One more breath cycle wherever you are. Beautiful. Bend that front knee a little bit to help you lift all the way on up. Lovely. Bring the hands all the way behind you, staying here with the legs. The knees can be soft here if you wish. We're just going to do a little back bend and open up into the chest. Oh, you can flip the hands around, whatever you like. Notice if the shoulders are shrugging to the ears. Let them just rest back. You've got this. Oh, beautiful. Release the fingers. Take them all the way up again. Beautiful. That right thigh bone tucks into the hips, reaching all the way forwards. We're on the same side. Breathe and reach on out. Fantastic. Tailbone away, fingers stretching forward. Does it feel a little bit easier? I hope so. But if it doesn't, that's all right too. Lovely. Another 3 breath cycles here, so it's absolutely fine to let the body lay over the legs. Fingers may rest on the floor. If you've got great mobility through the back of that hamstring, you can even turn your fingers the other direction and have them walk towards the left foot. 1 more breath cycle, staying calm. Just feeling those hips and hamstrings open and be easy. Beautiful. Bending that front leg and letting the body roll all the way on up. Nice. Hands, heart center, relax the shoulders down. Turn the feet so that they face that long edge of the mat. And you can even take a wider step here if you like for a forward fold. Breathe in, lift the crown, exhale, bow forward. So absolutely fine to keep a subtle bend in that knee. So it's probably, if I were to look at your leg, it probably looks straight, but you can still feel that little bend, that little bit of softness. Beautiful. 3 more breath cycles. Hands can stay at the heart center. They can release to the floor, or you can even catch your hips. Beautiful. Just sort of notice where your feet are using their points of reference for balance. Is it evenly distributed through your feet? Let the body relax. The legs are working, but the torso, the arms, the head, relaxing. Beautiful. Bend the knees, please, as you roll on up. And then, of course, we're going to face the other way. So let's turn of course we are. I know which way we're facing. Turn the left foot out. Angle here. Hands at heart center. And a few breath cycles to wriggle in and around the hips. Find the right spot for the legs. Making sure that your right leg's on the right side of the body and left leg on the left. I know that sounds obvious, but sometimes the feet accidentally cross over on the mat. Beautiful. So let's breathe in and reach the arms up and feel that extra length under the ribs. Tip the hips forwards, upper body reaching all the way on out. That left thigh bone wanting to lift that left hip socket, that left hip joint. Beautiful. Again, noticing where the heaviness is in the feet and trying to distribute it evenly through the feet. Hips reaching backwards, fingers reaching forwards, neck relax. We've done lots of gentle neck movements to help relax into the neck and the tops of the shoulders. As best you can, maintain that now. Beautiful. Another big reach. If you wish, allow the body to rest back down. 3 breath cycles. Remember, we're going to come back and do it again, so just take it easy and just offer natural width across the chest, the tops of the shoulders, encouraging your body to relax and be comfortable, even though it's a very challenging stretch. Beautiful. Exhaling completely, just bending that left knee to push the foot into the floor so you rise all the way on up. Stay facing the same way. Release the arms behind you. Interlace the fingers. I'll allow you to swap the fingers interlacing around if you can. I think I got that one wrong. I don't think that's... Anyway. Shoulders relaxing away from the ears, heart opening forwards. And that right hip in a way is trying to lean forwards to help the hips align. Awesome. Release the arms. Reach all the way on up. Thigh bone into the hips. Tip forwards. Doing amazing. All the way. Keep going. Hips back. Arms reaching front. We're stretching through the upper body. If you wish, you can let the hands rest down. They can even rest on the shin if you like, but then it's really important to have a subtle bend in that knee. Or they can reach the floor. Just keep trying to lift the hips up higher. So we're drawing this awesome energy up through the earth
and feeling that uplifting energy. If you want to turn the hands around and walk the fingers towards the right leg, you can. Notice how that impacts on the sides of the waist. Trying to keep the sides of the body long. One more breath here, doing amazing. Complete exhale, don't rush it. The out breath's the best bit sometimes. Softly bend that left knee, start to lift the body up. Beautiful. Hands come back to heart center. Toes facing the long edge of the mat. Take a moment here to readjust the knees and the feet and wriggle through the side of the body. Awesome. So we've got another wide forward fold, and we'll do some windmill arms when we're upside down. I'll use my best words to be clear for you. Lovely. Breathe in, ground down through the inside and outside of the feet. Exhale, bow forwards. Take another breath cycle to help offer a little bit more length into the body. Oh, and it's easier to just let it just rest down towards the earth. Release both hands towards the floor. Left hand rests on the floor, right arm reaches to the outside. Breathe into the right chest, and we just sort of turn the upper body. There's a gentle twist. Excellent. You can just keep the left hand here on the floor, or if you wish, you can let it walk over towards the right foot. Beautiful. Notice if you're swaying backwards, invite your body weight into the balls of the feet, and another full breath here, softening the sides of the neck, the chest, right down to the lower belly as it floats and swirls all the way in. Stay with the exhale. Keep lifting that right shoulder, the chest open, and now retreat. Now let the hand come back to center. Beautiful. One breath cycle here in the middle to offer a little bit of a lift. You can ease through the knees if you wish, and then ground the right hand, start to lift the left arm out. So this space here, when I've got the left arm just out to the side, is when I really want to loosen the back of the neck, where the neck meets the body, and in between the shoulder blades, because now I use the shoulder blades to lift my left hand a little bit higher. So I don't want to drop my left shoulder forwards. I want to use the shoulder blade to draw the shoulder backwards and open into the chest. You might feel it even guide the spine a little bit longer. If you wish, that right hand can walk over towards the left foot. Try not to plunge backwards through the hips. Just breathe and feel the amazing stretching and the work being done in the legs. This is why my legs are so tired. And the upper body is having a lovely little relax and a moment for reprieve and to rejoice and just feel the breath flow. Fabulous. Stay with the exhale. Slowly lower that arm, come back to center. Beautiful. Breathe in. Exhale, soften. So we're going to pivot on the balls of the feet. Bring the heels in and the toes out. Bend the knees a lot. Bend the knees a lot, sitting the hips down. So you can be up high here in a low squat, or if you wish, you can lower your feet down a little bit wider, down into Malasana. Now my feet are too wide here. So again, if you need to reposition your feet or your legs, that's okay. Go gently and make the adjustment. Beautiful. Fabulous. Stay there. So I'm seeing a lot of like chest into hands. Really try to tuck the tailbone under and try to lift the crown a little higher. Whoa. Beautiful. Breathing into the bottom corners of the lungs and using the breath to sort of pump you up and lift you tall. One more breath cycle here. Amazing. Beautiful. Release the hands forwards. We're going to lower our bottoms to the floor, the bottoms, and reach the legs out in front. So legs are a little bit wider than normal, but not mega wide. Nice and wide, whatever nice wide is. Hands to heart center. Breathe in, reach on up. Exhale, left arm towards the right foot, right arm backwards. Exhale, all the air out. Inhale, rise all the way back on up. So don't just breathe into the neck and stretch the neck here. Breathe and stretch up from the body. Right arm towards the left foot. Left arm reaches back. Beautiful. So we're trying to work and open into these areas at the side of the ribs, down towards the hips. So as best you can, use the breath and encourage it to come all the way down into that area. Beautiful. Now you can just flow through in whatever rhythm suits yourself and your breath here.
So we'll do it one more time to both sides. So try not to let your arms be a distraction. Breathe in, feel the belly expand, gentle rotation, taking the spine long down towards one side of the body. Exhaling completely before you lift all the way back up. If you need to hold a position to keep breathing a bit more air in, absolutely fine. And lift all the way back on up again. Oh, divine. Hands come back to heart center. Right knee bends, bringing the sole of the foot into the inside of the left thigh. Gentle rotation around, facing the knee. Is this knee trying to lift in? Relax it down. Chill out. Both arms up. We're going to tip over to the left-hand side, down the left leg. So it's a side bend here. Beautiful. So you can hold on to the shin or the foot if it's available. But we're not sort of trying to do this big rainbow arch. We really want to lean and reach and stretch out away from the grounding of the hips. One more breath into the right side of the body. Just feel the hips stretch away and the ribs stretch away and the skin just keeps adjusting. It's incredible. Keep that hip grounded as you breathe in and reach all the way on up, facing the center. Keep the legs as they are. Beautiful. Hands behind the head and neck. Oh. Just breathing and offering the sides of the body space. Elbows opening wide. Beautiful, gently releasing the arms down by your sides. So right hand just rests on the floor behind the right leg. Lift the left arm up. Nice, easy grounding down through the other side of the body this time. Left hip down, left side opening. The neck, gentle, easy. Excellent, lifting all the way back on up. Picking up that right leg and stretching it out to the side. Now, if you wish here, you can take your feet a little bit wider. So if you've got the mobility through the inner thighs, you can, but it might not be the inner thigh mobility that it's affecting you. It could even be like, you know, your lower back. We want to still be able to sit up as tall as you can through your lower back with those feet wide. Nice. Alrighty, cow face pose arms. So reaching the arms all the way on out. Let's bend the right elbow so that the palm comes behind the head and we flip the other hand over and the back of the left hand skims past the body. Beautiful. Breathe in, really press down through the top of the thigh bones. Exhale, bow forwards. Wow. Heels are heavy. Top of the thigh bones are heavy. Knees are gentle and soft. Beautiful. Elbows stretching away from each other. One more breath here. Beautiful. Ground down through the hips as you breathe in and roll all the way back up. Release the arms. Take them around to the other side. Ground down equally through both hips. Breathe in. Exhale, bow forwards. If you're starting to feel tight or tense, right up high in the groins, perhaps bring the feet a little closer. Or you can bend the knees a little bit more. Or you can not sort of lean forward as much. Just sort of shift it around so that it feels that it's a stretch, it's effective, it's not inhibiting, it's not the body saying, no, I don't want to go there. If that's what the body says, go very gently. Beautiful. Lifting the elbows all the way on up. Head high, release the arms. Just let them rest by your sides as you go for a little bit of a shoulder roll. Ah, nice. Right leg comes in a little bit as we bend the left and at the sole of the foot, rest right here. Fabulous. Hands at heart center, rotating around towards the knee, tipping over towards the side. So sort of once you have that upper body tip and that stretch and the hands have found a nice space to sit in space, bring your attention back down to the sacrum, the lower back. Let the hips just open and knees back in towards the earth. The side of the waist rises up. Belly keeps wanting to roll out towards the front as your heart beats. Ah, yes. Lovely. Gently lifting all the way on up, just sitting here for a moment with the hands resting behind the head. And the left hand rests behind the left knee, right arm up to the sky. So the stretch starts here, not here. Come on, that's it, yes. Beautiful, gently returning the arms down. Lifting that right knee and bringing the feet closer together, softly feeling that touch to the bottom of the feet. You can readjust again through the hips if you wish. Oh, hands just rest on the shins, on the ankles or the feet. Beautiful. Breathe in, flat back, lean forwards. Exhale. Breathe in, crown lifts, keep the back flat. Soften right into the groins. Exhale, let the belly just fall forwards. 2 more breath cycles here. You can lift if you wish on the inhale, or you can just feel that expansion and stretch. Just remaining aware, connected. Just really being in tune with how you're feeling and what you can offer your body and what your body can offer you. Beautiful, loving, reciprocal relationship. Unconditional relationship. Excellent. Gently rounding and lifting all the way on up. Let's have our left leg out to the front, right foot bent, and bring that right hip back together. So just feel that wriggle through the middle back, somewhere where the spine meets those floating or ribs. Left hand holding on, right arm reaching around. Beautiful. So the fingers can just rest on the floor as the arm and the uplifting energy through the body extends the crown a little higher. And guide the breath. Breathe the breath down into the right side of the body. Let that right shoulder blade draw back. Beautiful. Stay if you can with the exhale. If you need to retreat a little bit, that's okay. Now breathe right down into the left belly. Stretch, moving around. Beautiful. Stay if you can with the exhale. Lovely. Now breathe right down to the tailbone, pushing the tailbone down to the floor, tucking the lower hips under and feeling that beautiful elevation through the neck, back of the head and the crown. Stay if you can. Beautiful. Inhale to return back to center. Bending this leg, placing it over. If you wish, you can let it fold all the way down in front, knees straight ahead. You don't have to, whatever suits. Cow face, arms again. So reach all the way out. Same arm as bent leg. So right palm behind the head, left back of the hand. Beautiful. You may not be able to touch the fingers, that doesn't matter. You can hook them, but you don't have to. Just let them lightly fall onto the body. Now check in with your neck and spine and have those parts of your body rest into where you feel your hands. Beautiful. Lift that right elbow higher. If you wish, you can bow forwards, but you don't have to. You can just feel this beautiful uplifting stretch, especially through the side of the right leg. If you wish to bow forwards, you can, but keep your hips grounded. It's not a competition. It's not a who can make the craziest shape, balancing on one toe position. Just allow yourself these beautiful moments in within yourself. There you go. That's the gold medal right there. Long, gradual exhale. All the air out. You can be empty for a moment as the hips ground, and then you start to breathe in and roll all the way back on up. Beautiful. Release the arms, release the leg. Both legs nice and close together, hands heart center, gentle forward fold. If you want to bend the knees up towards you to support your upper body here, you can. 2 more breath cycles, especially soften the outsides, the back of the neck, and across the tops of the shoulders.
Really soothing. Sigh the air out. Ah. And that is the second one. Roll on up. Lifting the left knee as the foot comes closer to the hip, but bring that hip forwards into the foot. Hold on, gently reach out and spin around. Ah, fabulous. So just notice if you are putting accidentally a bit of pressure onto your hand behind you. We don't mean to, but there's a lot happening in the body, so it's easy to forget about one particular part. Use that touch as a point of reference for a lift off. Beautiful, and then play around with the breath. Breathe into the left ribs. See if you can draw that left shoulder blade back a little more. Stay with the exhale, breathe into the right belly. See if that can offer you a little bit more rotation. And don't just let the breath come in and be near the skin. Let the breath soak right into your core, to your vertebrae. Beautiful, right down to the tailbone. Really feel those very, very original lower vertebrae just sort of lengthening, really forming a beautiful foundation. And then slowly return back to the center. Ah, beautiful. And it can just sit crossed the leg. You can let it lay down if you wish. Wriggle through the shoulders, squares, you reach the arms out for cow face pose. So the palm of the left hand rests behind the head, flip the right hand and let the back of the hand just skim past the back. Maybe the fingers meet, maybe they don't. But let the vertebrae rest into the hands as the elbows stretch further away. Again, you can remain upright here and just feel this amazing twist and stretch. Or if you wish, you can bow forwards. The bow forwards begins from the pelvis. It begins from the tailbone. So connect to the earth and lift the body up and then let it gently rest forwards. Gently, she says, easier said than done. So just notice with that exhale, if you do naturally sort of retreat and shrivel back up, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just interesting. Our body's amazing. How it just naturally wants to come back into a state of ease. So we can let it, or we can just encourage it into a different space just to experience what else there is. Exhale completely, ground the hips, lift all the way on up. Slowly release the arms, wriggle through the shoulders, make some funny shapes if you like. Extend this leg all the way on out. Oh, beautiful. Breathe in and up. Exhale, bow forwards. Oh, yeah. So nothing to do here. Just let the body breathe. Let the back of the legs melt into the floor. Let the back of the body melt and expand and just warm. Feel that warmth soak up into the base of your neck as the shoulders just soften and fall around and away. Wonderful. Ground the hips as we roll and lift the body up. Hands can lift the knees, soles of the feet come together again. Relax the knees outwards. Hands can cup the feet. Beautiful. So a forward fold here. If you wish, you can round through the back and try to bring the head down towards the soles of the feet. So that may be your nose or forehead, or maybe it's your crown. Beautiful. If you happen to sort of roll outwards, backwards at the base here a little bit, that's okay. As long as there's no sharp pain or anything distracting you from being able to stay with the breath. Just listening in to your beautiful, unique wisdom, knowledge. Getting real comfortable with who you exactly are. So 2 more of my slow breaths left. Full exhale all out. Beautiful. Hands just on the floor to help you lift and roll on up.
Underneath the knees to bring the knees closer together. So we're just going to rest back on the floor again, and we're going to do some of those postures that we did at the beginning, those lying rotation, hip rotations, and they're going to feel amazing, I promise, before we get that 5 to 8 minutes of Shavasana. So gently lower yourself down. Bend the knees into the chest and allow more time for that lower back to extend into the relaxation of the floor. So the spine is now realizing that it doesn't have to support itself. It can just absolutely relax and be. Beautiful. Let's keep the right knee into the chest as we extend the left leg on out. Left arm can guide the right knee over to the left side. Let the right chest open as the right arm extends and the palm faces up. Receptive, beautiful. One long, slow breath out. Slowly return back to center. Take your time to bring the left knee in, and you can just gently hold the knees in and rock side to side here. Then find stillness. Let the right leg extend all the way on out. Beautiful. Right hand can guide the left leg over to the right hand side. Left arm anchors, face softens, neck relaxes. Magic. So as the hips fall away, just breathe in, let the belly fill as if it's going to rise up towards the sky. Complete exhale. Beautiful. And then guiding the legs back to center. Both knees into the chest for a moment and a gentle rock side to side. And then let the feet return back to the floor. Right knee lifts, we bend, and we get that reclined pigeon pose. So we make that figure 4 shape with the legs. Make sure that sacrum, tailbone's lined up before you lift the left leg. Hands can be on the floor, or you can reach out to the hamstrings, staying soft and relaxed about the front of the chest, the neck, and the tops of the shoulders. Awesome. Slowly release that left foot down. Take your time in swapping the legs over. Beautiful. So hopefully now you can enjoy the stretch without sort of feeling that wrestle of first thing in the morning and all the muscles and the ligaments and the cartilage and that myofascial tissue all being so stuck and wanting to grip on. It's ready to move as you breathe and get out there and enjoy the day. Beautiful. Release the legs back. Soles of the feet close together, knees can just flop out to the outside. Arms again can rest by your side. Maybe you're starting to sort of let those shoulder blades tuck in behind the ribs and just sort of feel the weight of the ribs expand into the shoulder blades. Beautiful. You can remain here with your knees bent for as long as you like until you're ready to lift the knees and let the legs walk out into Shavasana. Final resting pose. So you can let out a few sighing breaths. Feel the body surrender into the earth. And then allow your mind to still be curious and alert. And just sort of navigate around the body, feeling into the parts of the body that are perhaps connected to the floor, resting, supported by the earth. So just sort of feel into those places, just to check in, touch base, remain relaxed yet alert. And then you can let your curiosity wander towards the parts of the body that don't have that external sensory input. They're not touching the floor. Maybe it's your lower back, maybe it's behind your knees, maybe it's the front of your body.
And your awareness, your interest can spend as much or as little time in any area of your body. That was a truly amazing practice, everybody. I hope you really enjoyed it. Continue to rest and relax. We don't have to go anywhere for at least another 3 minutes. Yes. If for any reason you do need to leave early, please don't jump up super fast. Take your time. Invite a little bit of mindfulness into your movement and encourage that throughout the rest of your day. Otherwise, stay here with me. Just notice if you feel anything else throughout your body. Maybe it's the temperature of the air around you. Maybe it's some nervous energy, some shaking or trembling. You can just rest your awareness in those places. And also notice how relaxed your body can be, but still your mind constructively alert. Paying attention to yourself. Staying present in this moment and not playing with any time travel. Not wandering out into the future and not dwelling on the past. One more minute to find. Letting your attention notice the senses as they begin to enter. So maybe it's touch, feeling of the temperature of the air on your skin. It's quite cool around me. I can feel it on my toes, the front tops of my feet, and then in funny places on my arms. Maybe you can hear sounds from inside the room or outside the room. Just notice them as sounds, whether it's rain or birds or traffic. And really invite in a beautiful, big, full breath of air. Oh, and that breath just feels all the magical space we've created all throughout our body, not only our torso, but into our arms and legs. Wriggle the fingers and the toes. Perhaps start to circle through the ankles, the wrists. You can bend the knees and you can draw the legs in, or you can reach the legs out and away and the arms out and away for a big stretch. So just whatever feels comforting. Oh, and you feel alive and fabulous. Yes. And gently roll over and rest on one side. With your hands, you can make a little face pillow, and we'll just rest here for 2 slow, caring breath cycles. Smiling eyes, smiling lips. That top arm lifts so the hand can press down into the floor to lift you all the way back on up. Slowly, mindfully lifting yourselves up. Beautiful. Sitting comfortably, reaching the arms out, shifting, rogling. Slowly the hands calm to meet in front of your heart center. Eyes can be open or closed. Just breathe softly and gently. Invite in a massive sense of gratitude
for having taken this time this morning to take really special, kind and considerate care of yourselves. I am so honored to be supporting your self-care journey this morning. How lucky and grateful I am. Thank you, everybody. Have an awesome, amazing day. Oh, namaste. Thank you so much for practicing yoga with me. I'm really excited and very, very grateful. I'd love it if you could subscribe to my yoga channel, help supporting more free yoga. Whenever we do a fabulous class, I love to try and get it loaded up so that other people can also participate in all the benefits that yoga offers. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.